What's up, guys? Crypto Fur here, Insta Christmas or Christo Berica like I. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've been out bumping and grinding out there, out in the streets, getting my money on, and I have recently done a trade. So for you guys who want to know what's going on, I'm looking at the zero interest rate policies of the rest of the world, and I believe that the United States is going to start getting into that as well. Yes, we are probably going to have some inflation down the road, but I believe that at this point nobody's really investing unless they're like me. You know, we're psycho people who like the markets and we follow it. But right now, most people don't have money because I'm looking at people are buying things on credit and they're even having difficulty paying off their credit cards. So we're seeing a lot of the economic indicators are looking really bad right now. And it's about that time where I'm considering shorting the markets. But the issue is governments with zero interest rate policy. What's happening is the governments are buying their own assets. So they're doing what Japan is doing. Japan is like printing money and just buying their own bonds and buying the stock market and buying everything. So there's a possibility that you may not get that stock market crash that you're looking for as long as the government keeps pumping money into it. And at this point, the way President Trump is talking, he's talking about raising the debt ceiling permanently, just lift it off so that they can constantly increase the debt. And if China has already done away with the petrodollar and is starting to create their own gold-backed currency, we're going to have inflation anyway. So it looks like hyperinflation is down the road. And at this point, I'm kind of going towards bonds right now just because I'm working and I don't have time to watch the markets as much as I usually do. So I don't want to miss out on a trade, and I'm not going to play that blow off top trade where I see that everything's going up, where I'm going to just put my money in there and think that it's going to keep going up while I'm at work. There may be a time when it does crash or correct, and I don't want to get caught in that. Because rule number one of investing is don't lose money, right? Don't lose money. And rule number two is when you forget rule number one, go back to rule number one, right? Don't lose money. The reason losing money is so bad is it's so hard to make it back. So you don't want to lose money. So that's the way I'm going. I'm going to go the more conservative route. I'm going to invest in government bonds short term because if the Fed's going to raise interest rates to kind of stave off some of the inflation, the shorter term bonds will do well in that regard, and the longer term ones will suffer. If the Fed doesn't bother raising interest rates, we're already starting to see a flattening yield curve or even inverting yield curve, which means that your yields are actually starting to become higher at the shorter term, which is really interesting in that regard. So I believe we're going to have a little bit of a government bond rally at some point because the long-term bonds are being sold off and the short-term bonds long-term bonds are being purchased and the short-terms are being sold off. So you're going to see some of the short-term interest rates go up and the long-term go down. And I think some of that's going to reverse as people start to get into the zero interest rate policy, where basically you're going to pay the government to keep your money safe. So that's basically what I'm going to do right now. I've made a good chunk on my investing, and I don't want to lose it. So, and since I'm not able to watch it right now, I'm going to park it in the bonds for a little bit. And I'm taking it out of the municipal bonds. I had it in municipal bonds, and the municipal bonds have been running like crazy. I've really made a crap load of money off of that. And then I put it in commodities, and the commodities have really upped that as well. And now I've rolled it back into the government bonds so that I can just rest a little bit and not, make a stupid decision. So I'm going conservative right now because I think I've profited a lot off the rally, and I want to lock that in and kind of preserve what I have without incurring a tax liability. So, if you want to follow what I'm doing, that's on you. And again, if you make money, you want to give me credit, that's great. I did an interview with Adrian Nanchev about a month ago. Haven't posted it yet on Steemit. In fact, I haven't been posting very much on Steemit, so this is going to be the latest update to Steemit so that all you guys can watch it on Steemit and I can start getting more active again. But I've been taking a job where I got good pay, I got a raise, I got a promotion, and I've just been raking in some cash so that I can start adding to short positions as the markets continue to rally, because I do want to have some exposure to the shorts so that if there is a super crash, then I can just add on to what I got right now. So and this is about the time frame that I've been looking at for months now. I was looking about September, end of September, early October. And if I start now and it's a little early, it's okay. It's not so early that I lost a lot of money like I would have lost if I had done it back in January when I was talking about doing it. But I kind of, controlled myself. So it was good. So again, the economy is not good. I don't see North Korea as a problem. Really, all I see is North Korea flexing. So I don't see us going to war with them. Doesn't make any sense. I think North Korea is starting to come out, trying to show their independence. China's supporting them a little bit, but in reality, I think that North Korea is neutral, and it's helping both China and the United States. It helps the United States in that when the markets rally too much, it allows people to get scared a little bit, so they take some money out of the stock market, so that allows the markets to correct enough so that it has a little bit firmer ground to take off again. So every time the markets get a little too inflated, the powers that be will use North Korea to scare everybody. They'll do a test on a weekend, and then you'll watch Monday there'll be a little bit of a correction, because on the weekend you can't do crap about it. It's Friday already. If you knew that Kim Jong-un was going to do something, you would have sold off on Friday. So instead, they'll do it when you're trapped in the market on the weekend, and then when you try to get out on Monday, it's too late because the futures markets will have opened. They'll already have started shorting, and the markets will drop, 200, 300 points. And then the next day, maybe another 100, 200 points. And then eventually people get bored with the North Korea idea. So North Korea to me is just a form of fiscal or monetary or even just geopolitical policy that they use to control markets at this point. Because in the reality of it is, no one's really investing. It's governments just shifting money around to try to sucker people in so that they can pull out of the markets with some profit. But at this point, if you look at what the Federal Reserve said they were going to do, they said they were going to shrink their balance sheets. Hasn't happened yet. Everything's doing the same thing as 2008. So we may get that huge crash. We may not. They may build it even more and then crash it. So I don't know, maybe next year we might get that crash. We may not get it at this year, but now it's probably a good time for me to start shorting like I said I was going to do. And like I said, what you do is on you. Don't blame me if you follow my policies or my processes and you don't understand what's going on in the markets and you lose your shirt, your house, your car, your boat, your job, and everything. I've been doing this for years, and I have a very high risk tolerance, so I tend to do crazy things, but like right now, like I said, because I can't watch the markets the way I want to, and I can't have 24-hour access to my portfolio like I usually do because I'm working, I'm going to go a bit conservative just to try to lock that in. So that's where I've been. I'm going to see if I can post that interview that I did with Adrian Nanchev. A lot of what I said a couple months ago or a month ago is very valid right now, so it's not out of date. So even if I post it late, it's all good. So I'm sorry to all you guys that are constantly following me and they're waiting for me to update my videos. Like I said, life happens, and I've got two kids. I got a 7-year-old and a almost 2-year-old, and then one on the way in the oven. So I got to focus on my money right now. So a lot of you people who want me to do things every day by your schedule, I'm sorry. Jesus told me to remove the log in my own eye first before I remove the splinter in my brother's, and I will always remember that. So I got to take care of my family because charity begins at home. So I got to take care of my responsibilities at home first, and then I will do what I can to satisfy your needs. But if you've been looking at my videos from the past and my analyses and my commentaries, you already know where I stand on the issues, and hopefully it's sparked an interest for you to want to learn more about the economics, the geopolitical economics that goes on in the world, and how your portfolio, your retirement, your pension, your investments are all affected by that. And maybe you've done your own education at this point where you're kind of a little bit more up to speed and you can make your own decisions at this point where you don't really have to look to me. But I mean, even to this day, with my understanding of markets, I'm always always educating myself, keeping my ear to the streets so that I can hear the rumbling of what's going on, if a train is coming or a stampede, so that I know where do I need to go. And if I see everybody is buying into a market, I know the masses are the asses, and I don't want to be one of those. I want to do the opposite. So if you know those little investment intricacies and those sayings, there's a reason those sayings are there. You don't want to go with the herd, because the herd, you know in the Bible what happened to that, the herd which Jesus cast the demon into. They all went off a cliff together and perished into the sea. And why Jesus would do that to some pigs, I don't know. Why would he kill some pigs? Because really, demons don't die. So he cast the demon into the pigs, so the pigs all go off the cliff. And then what happens? The demon's like free again. The pigs perish. But Jesus did that. So you don't want to, he did it as a sign. Don't go with the crowd. Don't go along that path that most people follow, because it's the path to hell. Wide and heavily traveled is the path to hell, and narrow is the path to heaven. So all these little concepts that a lot of people don't like religion, they don't like the Bible, they miss out on that wisdom, and that's their fault, and that's on them. I don't need to worry about them. But God is blessing me. I praise the Lord, and I testify that God is real and faithful and true, and that there is a devil out there, because he's also caused problems for me. Some of them, he's possessed some of the people in my family to go and lie and badmouth our family name, and to turn some of our other family members against us, which personally I don't care, because now you're revealing all of the snakes in our family, and it's great, because now my life is so much better when I shake all that shit off of my shoulders. Excuse my French, because I'm really pissed at these people. You think you're trying to portray yourself as the hero of the family, and you're disrespecting the Lord also by posting prayers against us and saying that we're evil, and then you go and do that. You're trying to steal from our family when we worked hard for that, and maybe you lost all your money. That's on you. Don't go lying about us and bad-mouthing us. That's a hater in our family. That's the demon in there. And I guess you are the swine in our family, and that's it. I don't care. You go off the cliff. I'm fine with that. I've lost a lot of people who've called me friend, and then they went and they kicked me off, and I'm all the better for it. I've had a divorce, and I was devastated at that time, thinking that was the end, and now I have a better woman for it, and I have beautiful children for it, and my life is so much happier. So this is just a bit of motivation to you guys. Maybe you guys hear what I'm saying might be negative. No. Look at the seed that God gives you. It may not seem good at first. It may be painful, but from every storm, they like to say the sun comes out, but from every storm, the plants actually grow. It feeds something better later on, and you can eat from the plants. You can drink from the storm. The storm may not be good at first. It may damage your house or whatever, but over time, better things come up. So again, and now that I brought up the storm, I want to address that. Irma and Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Jose, and Hurricane Harvey, all this stuff has really devastated the Gulf coasts of our country. And if you have the time, if you aren't working, do something productive so that you can keep your resume packed, so that if you want to get a job, you can always show you are doing something. You don't necessarily have to get paid all the time for the work that you do. You can also pack your resume with volunteer work. And what employers want to see is that they want to see that you're industrious, that you're productive, that you're helpful, that you're not lazy, and that you don't always look for money when you do work, which is a good thing. They want to see that you work hard no matter what. And believe me, the benefits come flowing. And right now, America needs you. Not Houston, but well, maybe Houston even. A lot of the regions of Texas are devastated. The water's probably gone down now, and you probably get in there, and they need the help rebuilding there. In Florida, the water is going to be going down soon. A lot of the buildings there are damaged. They're going to need your help there. Irma's coming. Jose's coming. Who knows where that's going next? That could go in Louisiana and all those other places. So South Carolina's flooded, from what I see. So your services are always needed. You don't necessarily have to get paid for that. And sometimes it's better not to get paid, because you make networking contacts with other people, and it makes your life that much better because you have a group of people that becomes your circle, your group that you can always go to. You start to meet others that will help you in your life. But if you sit at home and you cry about that you don't have a job, or you sit at home and you can't pay your bills and you lock yourself up, defense does not win games. You got to get out there. Get out there. Our country really needs good people today. And if you consider yourself good and you feel like you're getting a bad rap, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. Gain some confidence knowing that you're putting good work out there. The fruit of your own labor will come back to feed you. So get out there and put some work in and seek the benefit of all in our country. And our country will improve from this. But at this point, if everybody just goes defensive, and if they get communist, where they're like, I expect the country to take care of me, I can't get a job, let them take care of me. No one will ever take care of you better than you'll take care of yourself. That's what these stupid Antifa people don't get. That's what all these socialists don't get. It's okay, the fun is all there when you can steal people's money, but when you steal everybody's money and everybody's broke, then you're broke too. And you went out and you spent it all, great job. The only time you'll respect money is when you earn it. And when you earn it properly, you'll manage it properly. I work hard for my money, and I really respect my money, and I get my money working for me so that I can, and I still go out and work. Even though I feel like I'm okay financially, monetarily, I still go out and work, and I treat myself like I'm poor so that I don't ever forget my roots. My roots, I was very, okay, when I first started out, my dad was making good money, and we had good money in the beginning. But there was a period of time when my dad's career went down because he was in the medical field, and the Clintons got in office, and everything went downhill for the medical field from that point on, all the way through till the Obamacare, till now we're in Trump care attempts. Medical field really suffered for doctors. So there were periods of time where I had to struggle, and I learned good work ethic out of it. I'm glad. I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but that spoon got ripped out, and I've had to work to get my gold spoon in my mouth now. So I'm very happy about that. And a lot of people talk smack they don't know. Just let them go. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. You can still be successful in a depression. In fact, a lot of the greatest wealth occurs during a depression because you're getting a transfer of wealth. All the frivolous expense, people who did expenditures where they didn't really respect their money, they'll lose it. And if you can figure out where that money is going to go next, you can position yourself for that flash flood of cash. Call it a cash flood to come towards you, and you can capture some of that. So, and these are some of the tidbits that I try to give to you guys so that you know that. So, again, I apologize if I haven't been on for a long time. That's what I've been doing. I put my nose to the grindstone and keep on working, keep on working, keep on working. I don't want my kids to ever starve to death. And I want this world to be better out of the produce that I make. And it doesn't matter where I work. I'll work menial jobs or I'll work really good jobs. I'll do any job because I like working. And I feel like if I don't work, I get lazy and I get out of shape. I'm in the best shape I've been in a long time. I was taking martial arts before, and I was still kind of fat. Now that I'm working, I've lost about 15 pounds, and my body is fit, and I'm looking good again, and I'm starting to feel young again, even though I'm losing a little bit of hair on top here, so I gotta cut it down a little bit so it still looks kind of nice. But I'm feeling good. So it's good to see you guys again. Hopefully you guys will come back, watch my stuff again. After September, I intend to have a little bit more time to do more videos again on a regular basis to kind of fill you in on what I see. And but yeah, so that's what I've been doing now, and I hope to do some more videos in the future, but probably closer to October. So there you go, Steam It. There you go, YouTube. There you go, Facebook. There you go, Instagram. There you have it. Miss you guys. Love you guys. Hope you guys are all prospering, and I will see you in the near future. Take care.